Welcome back, Vipers. I'm Paulo, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Cuboid by Joyetech, the mod Cuboid, and we're going to be taking a look at the Cubis tank by Joyetech. These products were sent to me by Joyetech directly from Spain. I will be leaving the links on the bottom, so if you guys want to check it out, you guys can just click on the link on the bottom. You guys can check out everything from Joyetech, okay? I got this from Spain, like I'm saying, so for people that are in Europe, like if you're in England or you're in Spain or Portugal or whatever, we have a Joyetech right here in Spain. So if you guys want to check out the link, just check it out at the bottom. Okay guys, so today we have seen a lot of reviews on the Cuboid and the Cubis. So I'm going to try to point out just some functions, okay? I already did the update. There's a new update from Joyetech. That's the 3.01, which is 150 watts, and a 3.11, which is the 200 watts with the new features. Okay, so you can pick either one or the other to do the update. I did the 3.11 update, so I will be showing you guys that up close, which is the smart feature, and I'll show you how the smart feature works, because I have been seeing on forums that people have been asking what it is. Well, the new feature is, it's a smart, and I'll show you what it is. And it's also, you know how when you used to press your plus button to put your watts up and you passed it by 0.1 and you wanted to get it down, you have to go all the way around. Well, now you can just press the minus button and it'll go down. I'll show you guys how that works also. And at the end, we'll come back up and I'll give you my cons, which the cons from all the reviews I have seen, nobody talked about. And there's about 3 or 4 of them that nobody talks about. So I want to share that with you guys, okay? So let's not waste much more time. I want to thank Joyetech for sending me this product to review for you guys for free, okay? Just for the purpose of the review, so just so you guys know, I want to thank them. So yeah, let's get down and personal, then we'll come back up and I'm going to give you guys my cons that nobody thought about. See you guys in a minute. Okay guys, so here we are close and personal with the Cuboid mod and the Cubis tank. Okay, let's start out with the mod. So this is the boxing. That's what it looks like. And here's some features on it. You guys want to see that? Upgradable to 200 watts, which I did do the upgrade. These are the colors you can get it in. I got the black one. You can get it in silver or in gray. Okay, so you got 3 color options. Open it up. And of course your mod would be here, which is right here. And on the inside you have your instruction manual. Very well explained how to work with all the menu features and everything. Really nice. And you got your warranty card. Okay. And in here you have your USB cable for updates. And as you guys should know already, they don't play around with updates. There's been a lot of updates for this mod, okay? For this mod and for the e-cig VTC Mini. So Joyetech has been doing their part and they have been doing really nice updates for their mods. They don't forget about the mod that they have, which I think is really, really, really cool. So let's get to the mod. Okay, here she is. You got your screen on the front panel here. It's an OLED screen. I already have the update with the smart feature on it, and I'm going to explain this to you guys. Let's go with the size comparisons, or the sizes. So you have 42 sideways here, holds exactly the 2 batteries. Okay, the batteries are sold separately, it does not come with the mod. I would suggest 30 amp plus, okay, 30 amps plus or over of amps for your batteries. So it's 42 by 28 here, so you can put your smoke tanks on top that have 26 or 25 millimeters in diameter. It'll fit perfectly on top, and the height is 91.5 millimeters, okay, in height. Let's compare it with her little brother. This is the e-cig VTC Mini. You can see the thickness of it and the height. It's not that much difference. The weight, it's a lot different than this one. Okay, the weight is different. But one thing I want to tell you guys right now, Like I told you up close when on FaceTime, that I have 4 cons for this. I guess I'm going to tell you guys one right now. This one is made out of stainless steel. This one is made out of zinc alloy. This mod, taking away my oily finger stain marks on it, you guys can look at it. It's not scratched at all. My wife uses this mod every single day. We go to the coffee shop every single day, and this is her favorite mod, and this is what she takes, and there's no scratching on it, guys, okay? And on this one, it's better for my hands because you don't see any stains on it, but I've had this for a month, maybe a month and a half. See that? The zinc alloy, or what I should say, the paint doesn't hold on as well to zinc alloy as the stainless steel. I don't keep it in my pocket, it's always in my hand, but just by feeling it, I can feel like it bubbles, and when I push it, this is what happens. So I love the paint job on it. It's like a brush, it's not brushed, it's like I'd say it's like a sandblast paint. The stainless steel is, this is going to happen, right? If you get the color stainless steel, it's going to be in stainless steel. But the gray one or the black one, especially the black one, as you guys can see, it looks pretty bad, right? Okay, so I just told you guys one of the cons I have on it. Right here also. I love the paint on it. I really love the paint on it because your fingers don't get marked, but it chips a lot. Look at the bottom. So you guys know I've been using it. Let's start with the battery. Okay, so the battery compartment. You open it up, I have the Cubis on top, but let me take it out. Let me show you guys a battery compartment. Okay, I'm going to try to answer the questions that I've been seeing in the forums. Since a lot of reviewers already reviewed this, and I'm kind of late, this is made out of stainless steel threading, and on the inside, I would say that this is a gold-plated copper contact, which is spring-loaded. You guys can see it here. A really nice spring, and it works. Every single tank or RDA or RTA I put on top of it has been working great. No problems there. And the battery door. A lot of people talked about the battery door or asked about the battery door. Okay, so you have like this gold-plated contacts. It's really nicely marked. Oh, another thing I'm going to tell you guys, because this is funny. People have actually asked me, Paulo, what's the positive and negative on the battery? Like, seriously? Negative is this really flat part of the battery. I mean, if you have toys, you know that already. It's not marked. The batteries aren't marked. Well, this one is actually. But yeah, there are batteries that aren't marked. So a guy asked me at work, oh, which is positive and negative? Come on. I mean, wow. Okay. But I'm going to tell you guys, this is always a negative part, which is the flat part. And this is the top part, which it should be like the button top, right? That's always positive. So you always know you're negative, free, and positive. If the batteries aren't marked, you just know it right now, okay? I just told you guys. I mean, seriously, the batteries. Okay, so here on the mod, I want to talk about the battery door on it. The battery door, this is all made of zinc alloy. You have this plate on top of it that's gold plated, and you can see your negative and your positive, right? But the door, I'm serious, guys, I'm doing a lot of strength pulling it down. It's really sturdy. I don't believe that this is ever gonna break because it's metal. If you guys can see the insides here, okay, it's metal. Okay, here you can see the inside of it. And it tells you right here, here's a negative, here's your positive. See that, guys? It's marked on the inside. And it seems like gold-plated contacts there at the end also. So I'm using EFEST batteries. I'm using these are 35 amps. It's the purple. If you guys want to see that also. I use these. I use the Samsung's 25Rs, where I have the 3000 milliamp batteries also from EFEST. So your negative down on this side, positive facing this way. Okay. So you guys can see that, positive here and negative here. And just close it. Sometimes you have to push this up. Sometimes it won't close, but you just push it up and it's locked in. So let's go to the menu feature. Here we have the smart menu feature, and I have seen on forums people asking, what is this? Okay, so what does this work for? One thing I would like to add, I wish on the smart menu feature, I wish like in between where it scales up and down, I'm going to show you guys what it does. In between the battery power and where it says max, I wish here in the middle it would indicate the ohms of my coil. I wish it had it on this screen, the ohms, because I always find myself going to another screen to see if my ohms are working great, especially on an RDA, because the RDAs, if you have a dual coil, you always want to see the ohms that you have on the coil to see if you busted one of the coils or not. So I always like seeing the ohms on my coil. On a tank it doesn't really matter, but on an RDA that I use a lot, I wish I had that feature here, that I could see the ohms. So what does this menu feature do? Okay, the smart menu feature is, if you have a tank on top, everything in power mode, okay guys, not in temperature control. Everything on this smart menu feature is to work in regular watts mode. What does this do? If I press the plus and minus, you guys can see the power I have here, it says 30. 28. Let me bring it up to 29. Okay, so it's in 29. If I want to bring it up, I can bring it up maximum. The screen looks really nice. See it go up. And what's really cool is it's telling me that with the coil that I have in here, it's a 0.5 ohm coil, that the maximum I can work with it on this mod is 158 watts. Okay, if it could do 200, it would go up to 200. But this tank or this coil that I have inside of here, with the volts that this mod can handle, it'll go up to 158 watts. Let's bring it back down, which I think is really nice. So that's a safety feature. I want to bring it down all the way to 28 because with the coil I have in here, it's for 28 watts, up to 30 maximum. Let me just bring it up to 28. watts. Okay, so what does this do? Let's take out this tank, and I'm going to put on my velocity, which is a dual coil. I had this programmed for the temperature, or I mean for the watts already. It should be around 90 watts, I think I had it set for. That's what I use it at. So when you put it on, it automatically read the coil. And since the last time I had it on, it went to the watts that I was working at. It should be at 90. And let's see. Yeah, it's at 90 watts. 90 watts. I gotta do it fast. But it was at 90 watts, so that's what I had it programmed for. It automatically, when you set it, it'll automatically save that function that you had for it, or the watts that you had for it. Now let me put on my Vape RDA, and it should have it preset also. This one, I don't know how many watts it was on, but it should do it. Let me see. Yeah, I had it at 62 watts. So, if you guys want to see that. And I'll show it again. Okay, so let me take out the Vape. Just so you guys see that this goes up to 90. Let me put the velocity on again, and you guys should see it go up by itself. See that? It automatically figured out it was a coil from the velocity, and it went up on its own. So all you have to do is take out your tank or your RDA, put the new one on. If it was already used on this, it has 10 presets, okay? Automatically presets your 10 last settings, and it'll read your coil and it'll put it to that setting. So all you have to do is take out your RDA, put the new one back in, and it'll automatically do it. Okay, so that's what this feature is for. I like it a lot. I just wish it would tell me what coil I had on it. I wish it would say somewhere in here that it's a point whatever ohm coil, but it doesn't. So let me take this back out. Now you guys are going to see a drop when I put in 28 watts of power with the Cubis tank. See, it dropped automatically. So it knows it's the Cubis that's on top of it. Okay, so that's the menu feature for the smart mode. Okay, so let's go to the other modes. To get into the other modes, just press it 3 times the fire button. 1, 2, 3. And it starts blinking. And all you do is press the plus button. Yeah, this is the plus. And you go into temperature control. And it'll say right here, nickel, titanium, stainless steel. And then you have your TCR functions. Or you go to the power mode. Or the new mode. And just click your fire button wherever you want it to stay, and that's it. Let me go back again. Let's say you want to use the power mode. Okay, so in power mode, here you can see the volts that you're running at. You can see here the coil. Here reads your coil. My coil is a 0.5 ohm coil exactly. And here you can see the amps when you fire it. If you want to see the amps, or you want to see puff counter, all you have to do is press it 3 times, 1, 2, 3, and press your minus button here, and it'll go down. Now we can change it. Okay, it's saying puffs. Here you have the time, and here you have your amps. I'm going to leave it at amps. Okay, that's it. If you're running in temperature control, that's a new feature here also. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's change it to, let's say your nickel wire. Okay. Now you want to change the watts that you're working at in temperature control. You have to press your plus button first. It'll bring up the watts, but say you passed your watts. Now all you have to do is press your minus and it'll go. First, what you have to do is press the plus to put up your watts, and then you press down and it'll go. And that's it. You want to lock that in, just press your fire button and it's locked in. It's asking for a new coil or not. I'm going to say no. Left, same coil, new coil, left. Okay, it just went out. Okay guys, so that's practically it for the menu feature. Since we're in watts, 1, 2, 3. Hold on. 1, 2, 3. You press. Let's go into power mode. TCR. I'll leave it in power mode, and that's it. If I want to bring up the watts, just bring up the watts, and I have the regular screen. But of course, if I take this out and I put a new one in, I'm gonna have to reprogram it, or it'll just stay at 28 watts, and you're gonna have to put it to the watts that you want. With the smart menu, if you put on the smart menu, it's gonna remember the last 10 settings you had. Okay. So that's about it. If you want to lock in, this one does it also. You just press the plus and minus button and it'll lock in. It's locked. So I can't change. If it's in your pocket, up or down, it won't work. To unlock it, just press the plus and minus buttons again. And it unlocks, and now I can bring up my power or bring it down to wherever I want. Okay. Pretty simple menu, works excellent, everything has been working great. Another thing I want to show you guys, let's turn it off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 to turn it off. If you want to go into TCR settings, I'm going to show you guys the TCR settings that I use personally for stainless steel 316L wire. That's what I use mostly. So I'm going to show you guys my settings. If you guys get this mod, it's going to come in the user manual. What's the settings that you should put it at with different types of stainless steel wire. It goes from 80 or 0.80 all the way up to 200 if I'm not mistaken for stainless steel wire. These are the settings that I use for 316L wire. So all you have to do is press the plus and fire button while the machine is off. And you're in your TCR settings. If you guys want to see it, these are my settings: 130, 135, and 140. What does this mean? The higher you go on the number, and it shuts off automatically, the higher you go on a number, Turn it back on again. The drier your coil gets. Like, say if you set it for 120. If you're setting it for 120, I guarantee you that your coil will, or your cotton will still have liquid on it and it'll stop. I do overboard. I like it at around 130 to 140. So, like I said, the higher the number, the drier your cotton gets. Maximum I got to is 140. It's practically dry. So if you guys want a pretty good vape at 316 on a 316L stainless steel coil, set it at 130, 135. If you guys want to be like me, like it's almost practically dry, set it to 140. If you guys are like, you want a wet coil and you want it to stop with a wet coil, set it at 120. But these are my settings, okay? These are my private settings. You guys can do whatever you want, but these are my settings. 130, 135, and 140. So on the menu, when it goes to TCR, you just set it to TCR 1, 2, 3. Comparing to what you guys did. If you want to change the screen around, I don't know why, but just press your plus and minus button while it's off. And it'll switch your screen around. Okay? Now it's backwards. See that? Okay. Okay guys, so that's what I have about the menu features. And the buttons are really nice. I mean, everything works perfectly. And now let's go back up to FaceTime. I'm going to tell you what I think about it, and I'm going to show you guys the cons that I have on this. Not really, yeah, they're cons. They're cons. Nobody ever talked about them, but I'm going to tell you guys what they are. I got about 3 or 4 of them. You guys just saw one of them. It's the paint job on it, but it is what it is. If you get the stainless steel, this is not going to happen, of course. But yeah. Before we go up to FaceTime, let me talk about the Cubis just a little. It's made out of stainless steel. Has a really nice drip tip. You can use your own 510 drip tip because it fits. I like the one it comes with. It comes with one in stainless steel and it comes with a glass that I'll show you guys. It comes with a glass drip tip. So I can take this one out and just put the glass one on top, which is really nice. Looks sharp. And what can I tell you about this tank? It comes with 3 coils, okay guys? It comes with 2 stainless steel coils, one that's 0.5 ohm coil, and the other one is 1 ohm coil. And it comes with 1 Clapton coil, which is made out of Cantle, of course. And inside here, you have your coils. That, for me, it's a con. I had to open up all 3 packages to find the 0.5 ohm coil. It's marked on the coil, and I'll show you guys. It's really quick. Well, this is the one that I used. They're marked, but in the packaging, they weren't facing forward, so I didn't know what the hell was in the package. I had to open it. I wish the package says what's the coil that's inside. It doesn't say it, so if it doesn't come out straight in the box, you're not going to know what the hell it is. You're going to have to open them all up. But this is the coil, if you guys want to see it. Really, really nice. And here it says it. Okay. And the way the coil feeds is through the bottom. You guys can see that right here. This is the juice holes right here at the bottom. So you guys can be vaping all the way down to the minimum of e-juice inside your tank. That'll suck it up right through the bottom. So you guys know, no holes here on the side. I get a little bit of spit back on it, but not too much. But when you refill it, you get spit back. After you take about 4 or 5 hits, the spit back stops. But you do get spit back when you put it when you fill it up with juice. To fill it up, it's really easy. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen a lot of videos on this. But let me just show you. All you do is unscrew it from here. It's a 22 millimeter tank. Just unscrew it here. Here's your coil. Just unscrew and put the new one in. And you got a cup here. Just fill it up to where it says maximum, and do not pass the maximum, or when you close it down, you're gonna have juice coming out from the sides. But I have no leaking issues whatsoever at all. And I'm gonna tell you guys, I've been using this tank a lot, and I don't really like tanks. I like RTAs. I use them a lot when I go traveling. But I find myself grabbing this tank a lot because I can sit it anywhere I want and it doesn't drip. The air holes are inside here, so the air is on top. To turn it off, you just click it counterclockwise. To open it up, just turn it clockwise. Really, really simple. So when you lock this part in to put in your coil, you're automatically opening it, and when you want to take it out, you're going to have to shut off the airflow and then just unscrew, and it comes off. Really, really simple, guys. I love this tank. Okay, guys, so that was our close-up personal with the Cubis and the Cuboid by Joyetech. Now, let's go with the cons first, and I'm going to give you guys the pros. First con is the paint job on this, like I told you guys. But since it's made out of zinc alloy, I can understand it, because other mods is exactly the same thing. Your paint starts shipping off of it. Even though I like the paint job on it better than the e-cig VTC Mini, this one chips and the e-cig VTC Mini doesn't. Before I go into the cons, wait a minute. I want to show you the size comparison also with the Kangaroo, which I think is the direct contact with it. And this is how it looks, okay? One next to the other. Okay. First con. For me, it's not really a con, but it can be a con for a lot of you guys. This mod is heavy, okay? It feels solid. It's a heavy, solid mod. No doubt about it. Second con is the paint job, like I was saying. What's the first or second? Yeah, it chips the paint a lot. Now, one thing no one ever talked about, okay? This mod was made for a lefty, not for a right-handed person. You have your fire button, right? Right here. And you have your tank or your RDA on one side, right? So you fire it like this. But where's your screen? It's on the inside, guys. So when you fire it, and if you want to see what you're looking at after you fire it, you can't see it because it's inside your hand. Now, if you're a lefty, it's perfect. You have the fire button. You fire and you see what the hell you're doing, okay? That's one con. So the screen is on the wrong side, Joyetech. Please, if you guys, they're not going to do it on this mod, but next mods, try not to forget, like 70% of the population is right-handed. So the screen has to be on the left-hand side of where the people fire from, okay? So it has to be on this side. Personal opinion, I think it's a con. But now another really big con that they could have fixed it is that, I told you guys in a close-up, you can use the smoke TFV4 because it's a 25 millimeter, because this thing is 28 or 29 millimeters, like I told you guys on a close-up. I think it's 28 or 29. But you know what the funny thing is? On the sides here, you have space. How about this side? There's no space there. If you do put the smoke TFV4 on top of here, it's going to come out of the mod. So this could have come back a little bit more. So the same space we have here on the sides should have exactly the same space here. I mean, I loved it when I saw it. It was a wide mod. It's wide, good. I can put any RDA or tank on top of this. It's going to look perfect. It's not. It's not because they forgot to put this part back a little bit more. The 510 pin connector should have been back a little bit more, about 2 or 3 millimeters, so everything would look exactly the same, which it doesn't. Alright? This is the stuff that nobody pointed out. It's the screen on the wrong side, and they could have gave this more space here. What can I do? Another thing that it might be important for some of you guys, if you guys do have the e-cig VTC Mini, you know that there's a bypass function on it. This one doesn't have a bypass function, but there's a reason for that. I just wanted to point it out to you guys, okay? It's not really a con. On the e-cig VTC Mini, it has a bypass function because if you're using a coil that's 0.1 ohm and you put the bypass, you'll be working at around 130 watts. It works fine. It works fine. It discharges your battery, but it works, 130 watts. They didn't put the bypass on this one, I guess, because you have 200 watts to work with, okay? So it's no problem. Oh, another thing I never told you guys on the close-up. This can fire down all the way down to 0.05 ohms on temperature control, which is nickel wire, titanium, stainless steel wire. And if you work on watts mode, it can fire down all the way down to 0.1 ohm, all the way up to 3. and there's the 0.05 ohms will fire all the way up to 0.15 ohms. Okay, I didn't say that in the close-up, so I'm telling you guys that now. But yeah, that's the cons I have with it. Pros I have with it. I have no problems with the chip whatsoever. It's a sturdy mod. Another thing that I like to tell you guys all the time, because I always test this, you can charge it with the batteries inside. You can charge it. I've done it, and I do use the bypass. I do vape on it, even though the manual says that they would prefer that you charge the batteries outside the mod. Okay, but you can charge it. I've been doing it, and I do bypass on it, and it works great. That's a plus for me. But like I said, in the manual it says you should charge the batteries outside, but you can charge them. Okay, so if it's not a routine and you're at work and you want to charge it because you have no power, you can do it, guys. It's no problem. At least I had no problems with it whatsoever. Another plus for it, a lot of updates. You guys know that. There's been a lot of updates for Joyetech products. If they say they have an update, that the USB is for updates, they're not kidding around. They give you guys updates. I mean, there has been a lot of updates on this mod. Battery life on it. That's a plus. The best mod that I had with 100 watts plus was the IPv4S. Those batteries last forever. Okay, I really love that mod because of the battery life on it. Well, with this guy, if you're vaping at around 70 or 80 watts, I'll guarantee you guys with the two batteries it'll last you the whole day, which is awesome for me. I don't have any other mod that does this besides the IPv4S. If you're running it with the Cubis tank on top of it, which is 28, 29, 30 watts, I'll give you a day and a half. And like I told you guys, I know you guys who works with me knows, I'm always vaping. Always vaping. And if I use this at 30 watts, I get the full day and a half. Like I'll charge it, like I'll put fresh batteries in the afternoon. I go work at nighttime, 12-hour shift. I work at 8 o'clock at night to 8 o'clock in the morning. And I put it in the afternoon around 3 o'clock, all right? After I woke up, eat lunch, put new batteries in, go to the coffee shop and do whatever I do and keep vaping, go to work at night. I get battery life all the way till 8 o'clock in the morning the next day, 8, 9, 10 o'clock in the morning. So it's a day and a half with the Cubis tank on top of it. Awesome. If I use this RDA, which is a... Hold on, let me tell you guys what coil I have. It's a 0.25 ohm coil. It's a dual coil that I use. I get a full day's work on it. No problem at all. Either I use the Samsung's 25Rs, or even if I use the eFest, the 2500 milliamps that are 35 amp batteries, I get a full day out of it with 60, 70 watts. So I think it's pretty cool. A little bit heavy, but chip works great. TCR works excellent. I love it. I use a lot of stainless steel wire. The 316L, it'll work great for you guys. And never failed on me. I mean, you fire it up. If I leave it and I don't turn it off at nighttime, okay? I wake up and it's on. I wake up in the morning. I just press the button and I'm vaping away. It doesn't stall on you. It doesn't block. You don't have to unlock it or anything. Everything is set. Everything is working great. The 200 watts, like I said, I upgraded 200 watts and it's still doing the same thing. I get a full day's battery, and if I do it at 30 watts, I get a day and a half battery. Anyway, so either 150 or 200 watts, doesn't matter. Another cool thing about it is if the coil doesn't handle 200 watts, it tells you what watts it handles. It won't go any more than that. So far, this one is giving me 158 watts. That's what it will vape up to, 158 watts with the coil I have inside of it. So I think it's pretty cool. The mod is excellent, guys. I mean, price point on it, $60 for this mod. No, I'm not going to be afraid to say it. The best mod I have so far in my hands since I started vaping 2.5 years ago, it's the e-cig VTC Mini, one battery, 75 watts. I love that mod. It's excellent. Never failed on me. My wife doesn't let it go. That's what she's vaping on. And now for me, it's this mod. And there's a DNA 200. I know that. This doesn't cost $150, $200. It costs $60. And if you gave me to pick that I have to buy a mod, a 200 watt mod, and I'd have to pick between this one, the Joyetech Cuboid $60 that I have to pay for, right? $60, and the DNA 200 watts, $160, $180. Guys, I wouldn't think twice. I swear to God, I wouldn't think twice. This mod is, it's a tits. What can I say? It's a tits. It works great. You have upgrades whenever you. It's great. What, I don't have a screen on the top where I can put like ViperVaporPT on the front of it. Wow, big deal. Everything else, oh my God, it's for $60. If it was $100, I would buy it. Hands down, I'm being honest with you guys. I love it. I love it. It's my favorite mod so far. This one and the e-cig VTC Mini are awesome mods. I can tell you guys, 8 people now started vaping at my job, and they got one mod, they got the other mod. Every single person that works with me now has the e-cig VTC Mini. Another guy that works with me that's been vaping for about a year now, I guess, well, 8 months, I think around 8 months, which is David. He had the e-cig VTC Mini and he had to get one of these. He bought it, and it's, I can't say anything about it, man. The battery life on this is awesome. The chip works great. It's perfect. That's all I got for you guys. It's perfect mod. You guys buy this, you guys are gonna be 100% satisfied. And the tank, the Cubis tank. If you're a beginner, or even if you're not a beginner, you know what I'm talking about. Spilling, you get juice coming out when you fill it up. I don't know, or you leave it over the night, and when you wake up in the morning, you got to clean it out with a cloth because there's a little bit of liquid on the bottom. We get this all the time, every single time we get this on any tank. Either it's an RTA or it's a tank. You get this all the time, okay? And with the Cubis tank, it might not be the greatest flavor. It gives an awesome flavor, guys. It gives awesome vapor production, no doubt about it. But there are other tanks that give you more flavor and more vapor production. But if you want a tank that doesn't give you problems at all, you want to go out to the coffee shop, you're going to go meet friends, like, and you're using an RDA at home, but you're not going to take, you know, your juice with you, and you have a full tank. Every single time I go out in a hurry, I grab my Cubis tank, I put it on top of my Cuboid, and I got it for the whole day. It lasts, no dripping, no leaking, no nothing. It's a perfect tank for someone that's on the go, okay? I love it also. It's great. So, it's just my opinion, okay, guys? Like I said, I'm not a pro. I'm a vapor like you guys. And with the experience with the mods that I have and everything that I've been using, this guy's a bestseller. There's no doubt about it. And the tank is also. Okay, so that's what I got for you guys today, okay? So I hope you guys enjoyed my review. I hope to see you all on the next one. If you like my review, please share it. I'm sorry I didn't show you, like, minimized how the menu feature works. I just wanted to show you guys how actually the smart feature works and how I do my settings for my stainless steel coils, which I think you guys are going to love if you put the settings that I put on it. Okay, so yeah, that's it. If you guys want to share my video, I would appreciate it. Your friends can become my friends, and we're all friends. So stay safe, you guys. Rock on and vape hard. ViperVaporPT is out. See you all on the next one. Stay safe, you guys.